J1A silent crisis growing across the West. In the U.S. and the U.K., the pressure created by influencer culture is quietly pushing teenagers to their limits. In some American schools, when students are asked, "What do you want to be in the future?" the top answers are no longer doctor or engineer. They're influencer, YouTuber, TikToker. At the same time, we're seeing more and more young creators suddenly disappear from the spotlight, not because they failed, but because their mental health collapsed. Experts now call this the invisible crisis. 02 real stories of mental collapse. One case widely reported across Europe and the U.S. A young creator with over 500,000 followers, posting the perfect life every day, constantly staging her daily routine for content, feeling worthless every time her numbers dropped, eventually hospitalized with insomnia and an eating disorder. Her life wasn't built around living, it was built around performing for the algorithm. In the UK, a teenager became so crushed by a sudden algorithm shift that their grades plummeted and they stopped going to school. They said, "When my views dropped, it felt like I disappeared too." The brighter the spotlight, the darker the shadows behind it become. 03. Why social media triggers an identity crisis. Teenagers are still figuring out who they are, but SNS puts them on a global stage before they're ready. That's why so many fall into living a life designed for the camera, endless comparison and self-hate, feeling like a normal life means you lost, fear of being attacked for being honest, equating personal worth with likes and views. Universities in America have already launched digital identity classes to teach young people how to separate who you are from what the internet thinks you are. 04. The 3 traps of influencer culture. 1. Life turns into 24-hour content. A meal, a trip, a sunset. Everything becomes something you need to post. 2. Success gets reduced to numbers. Likes and follower counts start to define self-worth, and comparison becomes a full-time job. 3. Teenagers are the most vulnerable. A little viral success can make school or steady plans feel unnecessary. But the truth is, the average influencer career lasts only a few years. The crash after the high can be devastating. 05. But social media isn't the enemy. Here's the Hope Reactor perspective. Social media was never meant to be a battlefield. It was born as a space for connection, fun, and creativity. The real issue isn't SNS itself. It's that society hasn't learned how to use it in a healthy way yet. And many countries are finally taking action. Canada social media literacy classes for teens. The UK, school programs to prevent digital addiction. The US, mental health support initiatives for creators. The world is finally shifting toward a healthier, more human-centered online culture. 06. A better way forward. I want you to remember this. SNS doesn't exist for people to flex on each other. You don't need to perform or exaggerate your life just to be accepted. Social media can be a place where we cheer for each other, a space where we don't measure worth by numbers, a community where comparison isn't the default, a world where imperfect moments are welcome. It can be gentle, it can be kind, it can be human. We can build that together. 7. A question for you. Let me ask you again. Is fame worth losing yourself? If your answer is no, then you're already choosing the right future. Because real success isn't measured by followers, likes, or views. Real success is being able to value yourself while also caring for others. If you remember that, SNS will stop controlling you and start empowering you. Hope Reactor will continue bringing positive, thoughtful perspectives to help you navigate this world with confidence.